Hello again, folks. This is Sula speaking, and you're listening to a commentary video for League of Legends. This one featuring Karthus. Right there, there was a fight in the middle lane, and Malzahar tried to slip away with no life left, and so I killed him with my ultimate. And you can see he was pretty unhappy about that. So once again, one of the benefits of playing with Karthus in the game is anytime someone's going to slip away with no life left, you can make sure that they're actually you can make sure that they're actually not going to get away from you. One of the reasons why I enjoy playing him so much. And right there, Mookie scores another kill on their Kassadin player. I don't know exactly how that happened. I was focused on pushing up here in this top lane. The other team seemed to just abandon top lane for the moment. And like right there, I could potentially... if I had my ult, I could maybe even get another kill, but just used it to score a kill, so I can't do that. But they're ignoring top lane, and I'm perfectly okay with that. If they're going to ignore top, then I'm going to push it. See, like right now, if you notice before, I was selectively placing lay waste, but right now I want to push the lane. So because I want to push the lane here, I'm going to turn on my defile and use that to push the tower. And like right there, once again, there are people that were really low, so if my ultimate was off cooldown, I could have potentially gotten that. And here I'm doing a little bit better job of laning against this Malzahar, doing a better job of dodging some of his skills there. Anyway, let's see what's going on here. Oh, more laning back and forth. With Malzahar, you just want to try to dodge his silence as best as possible, and I was doing an okay job of it there. Could have been better, but he did hit me a couple more times than I think I hit him. He was their solo mid champ, so he's the one who's probably has the most farm and most levels on their team. Now here, Mookie tried to circle around behind Malzahar, and he told me he was going to do this, but I just completely had a brain fart or something, and I missed this, so that was completely my fault. That should have been a kill. If I had my wall there, we would have killed him 100% for sure. So that was my mistake, and now the enemy team is going to counter pursue us and come after me. So now I've got to make matters worse. Not only have I failed to communicate there and get that kill, now I've gotten myself caught out of position. And so let's see, now we've got a team fight here, and I'm going to try to use my ultimate. It's not going to be enough to get Malzahar. Cole is going to pick off Caitlyn, and then Mookie's going to ult in here to try to slow the enemy team. For whatever reason, everyone ignores Rammus. Now Pocket Beetle's going to land a nice cleaver on Sivir, and that's going to score a kill on her, so well done. And now everyone's going after Rammus. Not sure if they're going to be able to get him or not. We'll have to wait and see there. So let's see. It looks like Rammus is going to slip away, but so we do score 2 kills there, and helped make up for my mistake. But that was still a pretty bad mistake there. Didn't communicate as effectively as I should have. Should have been an easy kill on Malzahar, but anyway, just a silly mistake on my part. And now here, everybody was going to focus on Kassadin, but of course, with Kassadin having his Rift Walk, he's not really in any danger there, and he's just going to be able to slip out of that. Okay, now we've gotten out of the lane fighting phase. Now we're going to, laning phase. Now we're going to be into more of the team fighting phase of things. So you can notice we're grouped up as 5. Fortunately, because I had such a strong laning phase, I'm in a very strong position. You can see I have a leveling advantage, and I also have a gold and item advantage over most of the other players in this game. Right here, our team went to do Dragon, and instead of all 5 going to do Dragon, I decided that I would stay here in the middle lane and show myself here to the enemy team. That way they would think that our whole team was here, and they wouldn't think that we had all left to go do Dragon. I think that was a good idea because, as you notice, they never challenged us at Dragon. They decided to push mid instead. Here, we get caught out of position, and so we're going to go in team fight. So I'm going to do what Karthus should do, which is wade right into the middle of the fight, start attacking, running defile, attack, using your skills. Unfortunately, look at that Rammus. He's going to slip away with, 2% of his life left, and my ultimate's on cooldown, so unfortunately I can't finish him off. That was a bad fight. We 3 for 1. We got caught out of position. The enemy team was able to score those kills because we got caught out of position. Metallion's the only one left alive, and he could play defensively, but nope, that's not his style. He's going to go in here. He's going to engage on Malzahar, Caitlyn, and Kassadin. Unfortunately, Caitlyn's going to finish him off here. But in the process, he got Caitlyn and Malzahar very low. So as soon as I come up, I'm going to mash the R key for Requiem, and bam! Double kill from Fountain. So I get Malzahar and Caitlyn, and that cleans up the fight. We still lost that one, but at least that way we turned it into 5-for-3 instead of turning it into 5-for-1. So still a bad fight for us, but at least that managed to turn it into not a total disaster. Anyway, I do enjoy the double kills from Fountain. I think that that's pretty hilarious anytime that happens and you're playing as Karthus. It's always, I mean, it's a bit of luck involved, but it managed to, like I said, it managed to turn that into not a complete disaster. And then here, I'm going to farm up top lane. Now, again, notice I didn't teleport to top lane, even though teleport was up. There was no need to teleport to top lane. There was not, that lane wasn't in so much danger that I had to burn my teleport to get up there. This is something that you often see new players doing a lot of the time. They'll just, anytime they have teleport up, they'll just immediately teleport back to a lane, even if they don't really need to. And that's a very weak use of teleport. I mean, it's not... It's one thing you can do, and it helps you out a lot of the time if you're new to the game, but when you have more practice, more experience, there are just much better ways to use teleport. For example, teleporting to a ward, and suddenly a 3-on-3 team fight is now a 4-on-3 team fight in your advantage. That's one thing you want to look to do. Another thing you can do is, it's very useful for split pushes. For example, let's say you have 5 people pushing top lane, and then the enemy team's 5 also go to top lane to try and stop you, and then right when a fight's about to break out, your team backs off and you teleport to bottom lane, and now suddenly you've got free reign of bottom lane and you can push down a tower or something like that. So anyway, there are just much more creative ways of using teleport than just instantly going back to the lane. So that's what I'm trying to focus on doing more and more. Getting into team fights that you couldn't get into otherwise, using it for pushing. Use it to save a tower, absolutely, but that's not the only thing you can do. Anyway, now everyone's grouping up in bottom lane. You can notice there were some of them up there on the river. Now here, we're going to catch Rammus here, and with all our slows and stuns, there's no way he's going to get out of here. We would go for Kassadin and Sivir, but they're very difficult to catch. Kassadin can blink away. Sivir pops her ultimate to give her the extra move speed. Now here, Malzahar is just standing there, and we were sort of wondering what was going on, and in fact, he disconnected from the game, which is unfortunate because this was a very close game. He will be back a little bit later on, but that's going to hurt his team quite a bit, not just for scoring that kill, but also because... Also, obviously, because now it's going to be 4-on-5 for the next couple minutes. So, and also because he took a solo lane and was one of their most, had more experience than pretty much anyone else. And I think he was their highest level or close to their highest level. So that's going to put them behind the 8 ball quite a bit for the next couple minutes until he gets back here. All right, anyway, here we took advantage of winning that fight to push down a tower. And now our team had the idea of they wanted to go for an early Baron. You can see this is a 25-minute Baron. The rationale for that being that just because their Malzahar player had disconnected, the idea was let's take advantage of that and try to go for Baron. This is a very risky Baron. I'm not sure that I would necessarily promote this idea. You notice that we don't have any sight in their jungle, so we can't see them coming. So again, this is very risky, high risk, high reward maneuver. It does work out, but really, I don't even necessarily want to say that that was a good play, because all they needed was a sight ward at Baron, and they could have come in there and they could have really wrecked our team. So very high risk. It turned out fine. Don't get me wrong, the move worked. It helped us a lot. And we were taking advantage of the fact that Malzahar had disconnected. I mean, we wouldn't have done that without the Malzahar disconnect. Yeah, I mean, it works out. We score more experience, more gold. We have the Baron buff for the next few minutes. So worked out in this game, but I just don't want people who are watching this to think that like this is some awesome maneuver. In my previous video I did with Nasus, the Baron that we did there was much better, much safer, because we had scored 2 kills and we had great ward coverage. This one was much more aggressive. So anyway, just keep that in mind. It's a strong, it can be a very strong play just because oftentimes people don't expect a Baron as early as 25 minutes, and you can do it. But just keep in mind that if the other team would have vision there and they come in at the right moment, they can ace your team and then steal Baron for themselves. And then you're really screwed. Alright, anyway, here we decided we would do a split push with our Baron buff. We would have 3 push mid and then 2 push bottom. We were reasonably sure we could get at least this outside tower down here in the bottom lane by doing that, and possibly more depending on how they reacted. Again, remembering that they are down a player here, so that'll make it more difficult for them to defend against this, us playing 5-on-4 and Baron. So anyway, we are going to go after the tower. Now Caitlyn's here. We're going to focus the tower first, and if she stays around, we're going to try to focus her. Does the right thing, which is just to back off, not to engage with us. She's going to lose that, and going to lose that 2v1. I don't know if Cole's ultimate was up. If it was, he could have ulted Kate, and that probably would have been an easy kill. Now we're going after here. I slow her with the wall, but she actually has a good use for that stupid net that she has. It enables her to back out and gets her out of there a little bit more safely. Anyway, up here, there's a fighting going on up there. Pocket Beetle got killed, but Mookie ults into the fight. Metallion's going to dive after that Rammus. I'm going to throw down my wall and engage here. So you can see Metallion scores a kill on their Sivir. I'm going after Caitlyn here. Caitlyn's going to flash over the wall, but remember, I'm Karthus, and so she's not going to get away. Rammus has the foresight to turn on his defensive ball curl. Otherwise, he would have died to that ultimate. But he turns on his defensive ball curl and gives himself another 100 magic resist, and that allows him to survive with just a little bit of health left. But anyway, that push worked very well. You can see we were able to score the tower in bottom lane, and now we're going to score this middle lane tower as well, and we also picked up several kills on them. So we did lose Pocket Beetle's Mundo, but the rest of us were able to push on here. And now I thought that we could maybe get this tower as well, but the rest of the team wanted to back off here, and that was a safe play. Maybe we could have gotten the tower, maybe not, but it was safer for us to back out and now go for the dragon here. So not a bad play by any means. I think we might have been able to get that, but I'm certainly not disagreeing with this decision here. So anyway, now we're going to take advantage of the fact that we've pushed the lanes to go and score free dragon. I'm not sure if the enemy team got any dragons in this game. They may have, not 100% sure. Again, I was in top lane, so I wasn't fully aware of everything that was going on down here in bottom lane. So anyway, going back to buy now, and what I really should have done was farm up a few more neutral minions because I want to get Archangel Staff, and notice I'm like 60 gold short of Archangel Staff, so that's too long to wait at Fountain. I'm going to sell my Doran's Ring to pick it up, but I really should have known how much gold I needed. I could have just farmed up, you know, like mini golems or something, and then that would have given me enough gold to just pick up the Archangel Staff. So a little bit silly on my part, but I did want the Archangel Staff. You can see it took me up to 500 plus ability power, 500 ability power on Karthus at the 29-minute mark. That means I'm really, really strong. You can see I've got most minion kills in the game. No one else, I've got 180 something. No one else on their team has more than 120, so I'm 50% ahead of their top solos. And that just means I'm going to be really, really strong using my Defile in these fights. Plus I picked up double buff there for a little bit. Now blue ran out, so oh well, that's a shame. Red's almost useless on Karthus because you never want to be auto-attacking when you're Karthus. His auto-attack is just really awful. Anyway, Metallion is picking up blue buff over there. I think it would have been better on me as Karthus, but if he wants it, that's fine. I'm not going to run in and steal it from him. If he had backed off, I would have taken it, but I think wanted that for himself. Anyway, Sivir's out of position, so we're going to chase after Sivir. And I throw it on my wall, and fortunately it does slow just barely. The positioning was off, but I think she did just clip the edge of it, and it slowed her down enough. And then with everybody else jumping in, we were able to grab that kill there. So with Malzahar still missing, that means it's a 3-on-5, which is really unfair. 3-on-5 for the next for the next 30 seconds or so. And so we're going to take advantage of that in our position here to push top lane. And so we're going to push here and go after this tower here. Now, my thought was, right here, I was thinking, if they all come out to challenge us, I'm going to teleport to bottom lane, because notice how bottom lane's being pushed as well. So that was my thinking here. I was just waiting to see what the enemy team would do. And then I noticed that Kassadin's down in bottom lane, which is a little funny. He really should be here. So I was like, okay, if he's going to stay bottom, then I'm just going to come up here. And that means we're going to fight 5-on-3 here. You can see I'm getting shot by the tower, so I'm going to try to back out of range here just to try to clear that. Then I'm going to go in and engage, and for some reason the tower is focusing me again. I'm not sure why it went after me a second time. So anyway, I'm going to get killed, but we're going to score 2 kills on their team. And then we're going to take out this bottom lane tower. So that I have no problem with. Again, Karthus can die. He's still effective even when he dies. So it's not having him take tower aggression isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. Anyway, Malzahar reconnected, and Metallion went after him. Unfortunately, he comes back to this game a little late. You can see by now we've really snowballed ahead. Anyway, down there, notice that Malzahar is almost dead. If I were alive, I could ult him, but instead Mookie's going to use the Pirate ult, and Gangplank's Barrage is going to finish him off, so that's pretty nice there. And from here, I think we're just going to back out, or at least we should be backing out, because we really can't get much more here. Alright, the next item I want is Zanya's Hourglass, but I'm not thinking about that, and so instead I buy the I just buy a blasting wand, which is silly. I should have saved that money for a needlessly large rod. Zanya's Hourglass still being a relatively new item. I'm getting the recipe wrong in my head. Anyway, they're still fighting in the base. I'm gonna push mid. I'm gonna push this middle lane and try to get that middle tower. You can see, so the enemy team's going to score another kill there. I saw how low Kassadin was, and I know Kassadin has, like, no magic resist, so I go for him, and yeah, look how low he is. That's a shame. I wish I could have finished him off, but so he's going to slip away with, like, no life left. And while all their team's healing, I'm going to push on this tower, and I'm going to see how much of it I can get. I don't think that I can actually score this tower because I'm the only one here, but notice I was able to kill about 40% of it, so that was pretty good. And now Baron's back up again, and so our next target's going to be Baron. If the enemy team wants to come out and challenge us at Baron, we'll be happy to fight them there. We've gotten to the point where we're just a lot stronger than the enemy team. So we're going to go for this. Again, this is risky. This is not optimal play. Notice there are only 3 of us going for this. If their team were all to run straight to Baron and fight us here, they could kill us and steal Baron. So this is a very risky play, and I don't really endorse this, but it looks like they're not going to come out here and challenge us, and it looks like we're going to score this uncontested. Also notice that Cole didn't smite Baron. So again, I point, or if he smited, it was too early. So again, I try to point this out. Ideally, Baron, you should never see Baron reading like 100 health. It should never get that low. You should smite it when it's at about 500 health, roughly. So anyway, now because I want the Hourglass, I'm going to have to sell that Blasting Wand, so that was a waste of some gold, but fortunately it doesn't matter too much. So I'm going to pick up the needlessly large rod and Blue Pot. That's going to take me to 600 ability power. So, I mean, 600 ability power, 650 ability power on Karthus at the 33-minute mark. I mean, I'm just really far ahead at this point with the 11 kills and the 5 assists. So, anyway, nice ult there from Cole. Freezes Sivir. That's going to allow the rest of our team to run in here and clean up. But, oh, Sivir's going to get away. But, actually, no, she's not going to get away because Karthus is in the game. And so that's going to finish her off. Anyway, right here, you can see we've scored 1 kill. We've done a lot of damage to the rest of their team. We're waiting for minions to go in here. Unfortunately, Metallion gets taunted, and so that's going to get him killed at the tower. Now, I'm going to run in here with doing a suicide charge thing, and that was deliberate on my part. I wanted to pull aggression from the tower and just let the rest of the team get in there, and so that means that everyone else, Mookie and Cole and Pocket Beetle, are going to be able to get that tower. I know that looked like some super noob play, just like racing in there and dying, but I wanted the tower to draw aggression on me because as soon as I died, it wouldn't matter if I died, they'd still be standing in my defile. And then secondly, I'd pull aggression from the enemy team. If you noticed, Malzahar used his ult on me, which was great. I mean, I wanted him to use his ult on me. I can still be effective even if I get killed there. So, like I said, I know it looked like a stupid play, but that actually was deliberate on my part. I wanted all that aggression to be focused on me, and you saw the result. We scored kills, we got the tower, we got the inhibitor, and here we're just going to finish up and win the game. So Cole gets the kill on Kassadin right before we finish off the Nexus. Alright, anyway, I wanted to do this game. I wanted to show a Karthus game. I think that this is how Karthus is meant to be played. I think that was a very strong Karthus game, as you can see here on the final numbers, 13-4-7. With Karthus, you want to dominate the lane. I mean, any champ wants to dominate the lane, but you want to dominate the lane, score minion kills, use your ultimate to influence things on other parts of the map. If you have teleport, you want to be using it to head to other parts of the map where you're needed. I didn't do that as effectively as I would have liked, but I still think I did that reasonably effectively in this game. Everybody else on the team helped out, did support. Mookie and Metallion got most of the kills, did very well. Cole played a good job jungling. Cole, even though Cole was up against the jungle Rammus, I think he was actually a lot more effective than their Rammus player. And although I didn't see Pocket Beetle very much, I know that our bottom lane was dominating their bottom lane. So well played there as well, especially with the 10 assists. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. I wanted to show a game with one of my stronger champs as opposed to just playing new champs all the time. So hope you enjoyed this. And if you like Karthus, go ahead and take a spin the next time he's free. So anyway, see you later, guys.